Have you ever wanted something from real life to pop into Minecraft, or at least give you the blueprints to make it in survival? Well, I'll show you how you can take anything that you can photograph and put it into Minecraft in just 5 minutes. You can do this just by downloading Blender to your PC and getting the PolyCam app to your phone. Then photograph an object from all angles, copy it over to your computer, open it in Blender, and use an add-on called BlockBlender. Export it with another add-on and use Litematica to bring it into your world. And in Creative, you can even paste it. And look, all of these things have been brought into my world in just a few minutes. So, how do we do this? Well, first, let's get the tools. Let's download Blender version 3.5 or higher onto your computer. You will want to download PolyCam onto your phone. You're going to capture some objects. I recommend photo mode for most small objects. So once those are completed on your phone, send them to your computer. And I like using Dropbox. Unzip the files on your PC and let's install the software. So you'll download Blender. You'll get BlockBlender, the add-on here on Gumroad from Joey Carlino. You'll get the BlockBlender to Minecraft.scheme add-on as well. You've got to download Litematica as well as Malilib. I have also unzipped the export that I got from PolyCam. It came in a zip file, unzipped it here, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to go load it in here. So here in Blender, I'm going to add it in, import. I've sent it as a .dae file, Collada, and here it is, import. Great, it's right here. I'm going to get rid of the camera, the cube, and the light. Deleted those, and here we have the baryonics. A few things here is I'm going to need my add-ons. Before I do much, let's just first stop what we're doing, go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Install. You're going to grab the things you need, which are, for me, the BlockBlender add-on and the schema. So I have both of those installed and enabled, and then I have save preferences. You can auto save preferences as well, just to make sure these are here every time. Then we'll come here to the viewport shading and enable it because I want to see the texture. Good, got the textures, it's looking good. I'm going to change it from object mode into edit mode. And here, I'm actually going to go in and remove all of this floor. I don't really need it, and it looks pretty ugly. So I'm going to hold down Control, and with the right click, I'm going to drag around and freeform select all of these vertices that I don't want. And this part takes a few minutes if you want it to look nice. And in Minecraft, it doesn't have to look that nice because it's all going to be converted to blocks anyway. I'm using the middle mouse button, pushing it down to rotate around and check for anything else. Okay, now you could get more meticulous, but it won't really matter. So the other thing you could do, which on such a detailed one like this, you might notice that the eyes are kind of small relative to the rest, and in Minecraft, it's really hard to see these eyes. Now what you could do is come in, get right next to the eye, and pick a color using the dropper, grab something like this, and just kind of make the eye a little bigger. It looks a little ridiculous right now, but you'll see if I didn't do it. Here, I'll leave one eye the same, and I'll keep this one there. If I exaggerate certain things or get rid of some textures, it actually helps for Minecraft. Okay, going back to object mode, I'm going to hit the N key, and that's going to bring up here my access to BlockBlender. So first thing I'm going to do is apply scale and resolution, which can prevent your object from being on its side or upside down. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to turn selected into blocks. And you don't see it. And there's a couple reasons why. First, let's go in here and add some exterior thickness. And now zoom out and you'll see there's our dinosaur. Doesn't look anything like it. Well, it needs the texture file. So come here and select your poly texture. Okay. Next, the model scale. This is not big enough to get resolution, so let's go 50. And we still don't have the textures. Now this happens from PolyCam. So instead of the UV map name being UV map, we're going to go here into the object data properties, UV maps, and here change this to match. UV MAP. Capitals are important. And there is Bary, or baryonyx. So it's looking good. Could look a little better. So we have a few things to mess with. We can change the model scale again. Let's go 100. Okay, now that looks like a dinosaur. That looks pretty good. You probably want to stick to the smallest possible scale that is recognizable or it achieves what you want, because it's a lot of blocks, especially for survival. Quick tip is you can add show height, and I'll show you, 57 blocks high. Not too bad. Then what you're going to want to do, once you have the model scale correct, you'll come down here and you'll definitely want to get rid of the creative and falling block types, because those are just going to fall right off and they're pretty annoying. I also really dislike the cartography table. I know it has a good amount of brown and some other colors, so from a distance it makes it look perfect, but as soon as you get close enough, like any sort of render distance that any reasonable person has to see the whole thing, they'll be like this close. And then these cartography tables look bad, so I'm going to remove utility as well. I think that looks better. And you might also notice there's some things in here like netherite. You can get rid of valuable blocks as well. So every time you do that, you are sacrificing a little bit on the color quality, color accuracy, but in survival, you gotta do it. There's no way. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, right? I mean, these feet, I could go in and trim some more so that there's no more white here. Or when you're building it, just don't build those. Or you can have it placed and then remove them as well. So here is our baryonyx. Next, what we're going to do is make sure it's selected. Click here. Make sure to select it there, or just click on it like that. We're going to export.scheme file. I'm going to send it to your schematics in your game file. So my game file is here. I use the at launcher, but in your game it might be in Minecraft roaming, something, or your .roaming file in a Minecraft file, and then in your top level, instead of like saves or mods or resource packs, you're going to add a new folder called schematics if you don't already have it. And in schematics, you're going to place your dinosaur. Here we have Bary. I already did this once before, so I'll do Bary 2. Great, it was saved successfully. Okay. Then you come over to Minecraft, and I have Jurassic Park here, creative mode, create this new world, and all we need to do is grab a stick from Litematica, or stick to use Litematica, which is the default tool. With this, I'm going to hit the M key for Litematica, go to load schematics, grab Bary 2, load. Rendering is off. For me, I hit M and R together, and I should be able to see Bary. Yes, there's Bary. Sweet. Now, something else I've done in Litematica is change the execute hotkey, execute operation to my middle mouse button. So when I hold control and use the mouse wheel, I change the Litematica mode. So if I wanted to move it, I can move it like this in placement mode by left or right clicking the mouse. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to hold control and scroll to paste schematic in world. And this is creative mode only. If you wanted to build this in survival, well, then you manually have to go place all these blocks. But here we go. Oops, wrong button. Middle mouse button. Bam. And here's Bary. Let's turn Litematica rendering off. And here's our dinosaur. All right, it's looking pretty good. And I gotta tell you, the eye, this is the normal eye. This is the eye I painted. You know what? I can't even tell. I can't even tell. So you might have to use some creative liberties in order to get the eyes to look a certain way if you want them to pop. So that is one downside, but for making some really giant statues, this is a huge first step, maybe first draft. So now you have your real life things in Minecraft. So thank you for watching. Definitely check out my YouTube series on Crafter SMP, where I'll be using this tool to build my dog in my little base. And then check out Joey Carlino's YouTube videos on this BlockBlender add-on. They're really great. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and also consider subscribing. Those things do help a lot. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.